Only 1 month left for this nightmare of a season for the New York Mets to end. And who's going to be the big scapegoat? Buck fucking Showalter. And rightfully so. This entire series against Texas, he has done the same kind of bullshit Louis Rojas did 2 years ago. Wrong pitching matchups. Monday night, Trevor Gott in the eighth gave up a 3-2 lead in the ninth. Last night, Drew Smith and the Rangers broke the ice and held on to win 2-1. Tonight, he took Reyes out after 5 in the third and was up 2. What happens? Sean Reed Foley walks in 1 run in the sixth, in the back half of the sixth. Brings in Trevor Gott, redeems himself in the seventh. But right now in the eighth, Brooks Raley and Amal Avino have given up 4 runs, 1 on Raley, 2 of them by Ottavino. Well, 2 on Raley, 1 on Ottavino. There has been no logic in this pitching setup with this series against Texas. It's like Buck is deliberately saying, you know what? Fans want to blame me, I'll give them the middle finger and fuck them the rest of the way. You know what, Buck? Fuck you to death. The sooner your ass is gone, when this season's over next month, your ass is gone. Cohen is, knowing how much of a people pleaser Steve Cohen is, he's going to throw your ass out the door sooner rather than later. And you deserve to get your ass thrown out the door. Had the fan base known that you would be this much of an arrogant dipshit after winning Manager of the Year last year to basically turn the New York Mets into first century Rome, burn this team to the ground, and stand on a balcony playing a fiddle and then blame the fan base for it. We never would have accepted you as manager. And now the Met fans want your ass out. The sooner your ass is gone, the better. I don't care what you do in September, but even if you do get this team to look competent again in September to make at least 70 wins, it's not going to be enough to save your ass. There will be still fans demanding your head on your neck in a noose, your head on a pike, and you out the door. Swept by the fucking Rangers. This is ridiculous. We've got Seattle coming into town on Friday. One of the hottest teams in the league coming out of the break and coming out of the deadline. Showalter, you're a fucking migraine. I don't want you as the manager of the New York Mets in 24. I want someone else. Someone who understands logic, who truly understands the logic I want them to use, someone who knows the logic I want them to use, and someone who will not fuck with the formula like you did. Even if done out of necessity, if the formula is good and can carry over to a new season, you do not fuck with it. You leave it. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. You broke it, you tried to fix it, you ended up breaking it. Your neck goes in a noose when it comes to me. I am no Frank the Tank. When he does it, it's just a character. Me, this is genuine anger, genuine hatred, and genuine burning desire for judgment, justice, and and a lot of fucking restitutions from the front office, from Cohen, and Showalter's head on a damn pike. Is it wrong for me to demand restitutions? No, I don't think it is. The fact that Buck is doing what his normal MO, win manager of the year and gets super arrogant to where he burns a team to the ground is frustrating. He did this in Baltimore. He's doing it now with the Mets. This team has been put through enough since the last time we won the world title in 1986. I know, Darwin. I fucking know. And it's because of Buck doing what Rojas did. Wrong pitching matchups. Where was the logic in any of this bullshit this week? I'm warning you, Showalter. You plus neck equals noose. The fan base wants you gone. Never again return to the Big Apple. That's swear to God, Darwin, not swear of God. You become a fucking migraine this year, Showalter. And I swear to the Almighty God, if you're not fired, this fan base will boycott. Mark my words, Showalter. But I know for a fact, how much of a people pleaser Cohen is. When there's enough of an outcry against him, he'll do everything to limit damage control. And one way to limit damage control is to get rid of you. You hear me, Cohen? You've got 1 month, 28 games to. You've got 1 month left, Cohen. 28 games to get rid of Showalter. 28 more after tonight. Next one is Friday against Seattle. And yeah, get rid of Epler. Good. He's much like Dave Gettleman. Great as a scout, but is horrible as a GM. Which is ironic when you consider that Gettleman was within the Giant family and Epler was not within the Mets. The only problem with Epler is he's on contract through next year. And even if Edwin Diaz does come back, too little, too late. Personally, I think what he's doing now is just going to end up causing him to be what happened to Jerry's Familia in 2018. Starts off good, but then that injury nags on him and he falls flat in his face. And we have to get a new closer. Deja fucking vu. Those who don't learn from history are damned to repeat it. The more annoying part is the majority of the Mets runs in this series came by way of the long ball, which does not lead to productivity. That's the other issue I want to get rid of. Stu Barnes. This is a guy who predicates power over contact when it comes to teaching these boys how to swing a bat. Chavez, on the other hand, preached contact and ball spreading over getting it over the fence. Power is nice and all, but it only gets you so far. And in most cases, home runs are only one run at a time. Alvy hasn't gotten one over the fence in weeks. Well, he just tied. Well, he struck out swinging, but DJ tied it. We're tied at 5. Second home run of the night for DJ Stewart. Question is, do you keep Ottavino in for the ninth? My guess is you don't, given how much damage he took. Even if most of it gets put on Raley. The only relievers you got left at this point are Phil Bickford, Jeff Brigham, and Drew Smith. We're on the flip side of that coin. Who do the Rangers have? Burke, Chapman, Otto, Shores, Smith, and Smith. So if you're who's a Ranger manager this year? If you're Bruce Bochy, who do you put in for the ninth inning? Who do you put in? As far as who you keep in terms of the players and who you get rid of, keep DJ Stewart. He's been a decent, reliable secondary repower southpaw bat this year. A lot better than Vogie, I'm going to admit that. He could be a good DH when Marte is healthy again next year. Because I don't see Starling coming back this year for the rest of this year. They're bringing in Will Smith to replace Jose Leclerc. Jose Leclerc. I give DJ 2 at most. Darwin. No more than 2 years for DJ. I mean, you can't really give a guy who's predominantly real, not a good day. I had a bad day on the bowling lane where the person who usually takes me decimated me, a friend of the stepdaughter of a friend of my sister, and said friend of sister's husband, who happens to be the father of said stepdaughter. And the Mets have had to claw their way back into this one, tied at 5, after blowing a 3-0 lead because Showalter kept burning the wrong pitchers. Alonso, and if they ship him out in a trade at the offseason, someone is going to die. Omar Narvaez is up. Remind me again why we got this guy. When he's been horrible at the plate in the limited amount of time we have had to use him. Oh wait, I remember it was the backup to be the starter with Nito as the backup. Unfortunately, Nito had eye issues this year. My guess, cataracts. And then we had to DFA him. I don't care how this game pans out. I'm just going to be super pissed whether this team wins or loses because it didn't have to be this play out like this. Leave a comment, smash a like, and sub to the channel. Mets 228 signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang and fire Buck and Barnes when the season is over.